Hi friends, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're inspired today by this slow and steady warrior practice. I'll see you on the mat. When you're ready, please come down onto the back in constructive rest position. That's soles of feet about mat width distance apart, knees knocking into touch. And then rest your hands on your belly for a couple of moments, arriving in your practice, letting everything else outside the space of the moment dissolve away. Taking a body scan, checking in with how you feel today. Tracing a line from the base of the skull all the way down through the tip of the tail. And take a moment to set your intention for this practice. What do you want to cultivate in this time on your mat today? And you can bring that intention with you and return to it as you return to a sense of awareness of your breath throughout this flow, throughout this practice. Noticing the flow of your breath in its natural rhythm. And the next time you inhale, stretch your arms overhead, palms facing up. When you exhale, take a cactus arm and begin to windshield wiper your knees from side to side. So we're wringing out the lower back, the hips, waking up your lower body. And when your knees come back to center, hug your knees in gently, give a squeeze. Then cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh, thread the needle coming into figure 4 pose. Hands can be in the left knee crease or the front of the shin. Plug your right thigh bone right into the hip socket. And let your mind linger on the area of the most sensation. Any subtle rocking side to side is welcome. And inhale, hug the legs a little closer. Exhale, uncross, step your feet on the floor. Cross your left ankle on top of your right thigh. Thread the needle. Interlace your hands in the right knee crease or the front of the shin. Rest the back of the head. Rest the area between the shoulder blades. Lightly flex the feet. And traction your left inner knee away from your face and holding there. Letting your mind linger on any area that feels tight. Always coming back to the breath. And hug the legs a little closer in. Uncross, come into full happy baby. Elbows on insides of knees, hands on the ankles or the outside edges of the feet. Soles of feet face the sky. Rock a little bit. And when you rock over to the left, go ahead and roll all the way over to your left-hand side. Rest the ear in the crook of the arm. Inhale. Exhale, let it out. And then slowly take your time to press on up into a comfortable cross-legged seat. Take your hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, let it out. And make your way onto all fours. Palms under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Soft elbows. Inhale, looking up. On the exhale, send the hips to the heels. Walk your hands forward as much as you can, coming into active extended child's pose. Fan the fingers wide. Root down through the index finger and thumb. Look toward your belly. Lift your knees. Send the sitting bones high into downward facing dog. And pedal out your feet, lifting one heel at a time, waking up the backs of the legs. Breathing in downward facing dog, finding the length through your lower back. And then lift the heels, wave into plank. Bring your knees down, hug your knees in, lower all the way down onto your belly. Take your feet flat, cobra pose, inhale. Exhale, lower your heart, tuck your toes, press on back into downward facing dog, where we'll pause just for a moment. Then step your feet a little closer together. Stretch your right heel high for three-legged dog. Right heel straight up toward the sky. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, lift your belly. Step your right foot between the hands. Spin your left heel down, so it's about heel to heel alignment. Cartwheel your left arm up and overhead, finding warrior 2. Virabhadrasana 2. Spread the fingers wide. Take the gaze over the right middle finger. And then turn your right palm up, reverse warrior, left hand to left thigh, right arm sweeps up and over. Looking up, beyond your elbow. Squeeze your right bicep into the ear. Inhale. Exhale, slowly cartwheel the arms forward. Release your hands to frame your front foot. Swing the left heel over the toes and step right back to downward facing dog. Breathing there. Spiral the inner thighs up and back. Lift both heels high. Come on to tiptoes. Keep lifting your sitting bones up. Tiptoe forward right between the thumbs. When you get there, fold forward into Uttanasana. Wrap your hands behind your calves. Let your head go. Let the head spill down right between your feet. Then press through the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands down right through heart center. And inhale, sweep the arms out and up, looking up, palms press. Exhale, belly in, swan dive fold, crown of head last. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees deeply, plant your palms, take a big step back into downward facing dog. Step your feet a little closer together, swing your left heel high for three-legged dog. Keep drawing your right thigh bone back and up. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, lift your belly, lightly step your left foot right between your thumbs. Left knee is over the heel. Spin your outer right heel down, slowly cartwheel your right arm up and overhead. Warrior two. Wrapping that left knee open, right toward the baby toe. Lifting the side ribs. Pressing through the outside edge of your right foot. Turn your left palm up, reverse warrior, right hand to right thigh. Left arm sweeps up and over. Looking up above your elbow. Inhale, left side waist. Exhale, slow cartwheel. Release the hands to frame your front foot. Swing the back heel over the toes. And then step right back to downward facing dog. Come into plank. Lower all the way down onto your belly. Take the feet flat, reach your arms around. Thumbs down or interlace your fingers. Root through the pelvis, lift up into Shalabhasana, locust pose. Spread your knuckles and toes toward the back wall. Inhale, expand the belly, lengthen the chest. Lift, exhale, lower down. Palms under elbows, hug your elbows in, tuck your toes, press on back, downward facing dog again. Smooth inhale. Exhale, let it out. Open your knees over the second toe. Feel the length from your pinkies lifting all the way up through the hip creases. And then step your feet a little closer together. Stretch your right heel high, three-legged dog. If it feels okay on your back, open and stack your right hip on top of your left. Keep lifting your left underarm so it doesn't sag down. And inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Float that right foot right between the thumbs. Spin your left heel down, preparing for warrior one. So the left toes are pointing toward the front of your mat quite a bit. Anchor through the outer edge of that left foot as you slowly come on up. Warrior one, reach your arms right up toward the sky. Press through the outside edge of that left foot and feel the right thigh bone lift right up into the hip socket. Now bring your palms together into prayer hands. Hinge your elbows, point your fingertips in prayer hands toward your tailbone. Keep hugging your elbows in. Keep dropping your right thigh bone down. Create any amount of back bend. Elbows lifting, look up, gaze up. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands to frame that front foot. Lift the left heel over the toes, touch your left knee down. Take the top of your left foot flat. Take your left hand a little wider than the shoulder. Right hand on your back. Or go ahead and extend your right fingertips up and look up at the hand in the air. Press through the top of your left foot. So we engage the left gluteal muscle. Inhale, looking at the hand in the air. Exhale, release your right hand down. Lift your hips, slide your right leg back, come into child's pose, hips to heels. Wriggle the hips back. Exhale all the way out through your sitting bones. Then press through the tops of the feet, lift the belly. Inhale, wave to a modified plank. Exhale all the way down onto your belly. Inhale, baby cobra pose. Exhale, lower your heart, tuck your toes, send your hips to the heels to downward dog, or float right up into downward dog, however you get there. A breath or two in downward dog again. Feeling the pads of the fingers grip. And this little kind of suction cup action from the center of the palms, lifting right up into your underarms. Step the feet a little closer. Swing your left heel high. If it feels available, open and stack your left hip on top of the right and hinge that left knee. Keep lifting the right underarm up. Inhale, press that right hand, lift the left knee away from the right palm. Exhale, knee to nose, lightly float that left foot right between the hands. Spin your right heel down, drop your tailbone, coming up to warrior one. That right inner thigh is spiraling up into the body quite a bit. Float your arms up toward the sky. Spread the toes on both feet. And then reach up through the fingertips, palms press, hinge the elbows. Point your prayer hands toward your tailbone. Hug your elbows in. Lift your sideways inhale, look up, any amount of back bend. Exhale, draw your belly in, release your hands to frame that front foot. And then swing the right heel over the toes, drop your right knee down, take the top of your right foot flat. Right hand comes a little wider, left hand comes onto your back. Engage your right gluteal. As you peel that left shoulder away from the ear, you could extend the left fingertips up. Keep hugging that left inner knee into the midline. Inhale, looking at the hand in the air. Exhale, release your left hand down. And then lift your hips, slide your left leg back. Child's pose, hips to heels. Press through the tops of the feet. Inhale, wave forward. Looking forward or up. Exhale, send the hips back. And find the exhale all the way out through the sitting bones. And move with your breath a couple times. Inhale, wave forward. Exhale, press back. Inhale, wave forward. Exhale, come all the way down onto the belly. Zip the feet together. Now reach the arms around. Interlace the fingers. Bring your thumbs right onto your sacrum. Root through the pelvis. Inhale, everything else lifts up. Shalabhasana. And point your two first fingers straight back in between your heels. Inhale, fill the belly, spread the sternum straight ahead. And then exhale, lower down. Take your palms under your elbows, tuck your toes, press on back, downward dog in your own time. Breathing there. Then lift your heels high, come on to tiptoes. Keep lifting the sitting bones up. Tiptoe forward, right between the thumbs. And then when you get there, fold and take your hands onto your lower back. If it's available, interlace your fingers. You can interlace the awkward finger on top. Then let the arms peel away from the back or wring out the shoulders. Let your head go. Then root through the feet, drop the tail, lift the belly, slowly come on up. And keeping the hands interlaced, shift into your right foot, lift your left foot off the ground, flex your left foot. Inhale, exhale, step your left foot back into warrior one legs. So warrior one legs, it's about heel to heel alignment. Drop your knuckles down, inhale, arch through the upper back. Exhale, start to fold forward. We're coming toward humble warrior, ostrich pose. Lay your right front chest on top of the thigh. Let the crown of head spill down. Hug the belly in toward the spine as you exhale. If this is too intense, you can release your hands down to the floor or to yoga blocks. Keep tucking that right sitting bone straight back and underneath the pelvis so that your right butt doesn't stick out too much. Then anchor that left heel. Start to drop the tail, lift the belly, slowly come on up. Coming all the way up, drop the knuckles down, straighten your right leg all the way as you inhale. And then exhale, take your hands to your hips. Turn your right toes in, your right heel out, find a wide-legged stance. Take your hands into imaginary back pockets. Inhale, lift up through the chest. Exhale, we're going to fold. And as you fold, slide your hands towards your outer ankles, open your elbows, let the crown of head descend. Prasarita Padottanasana, the wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, exhale, let it out. Arch as the feet are lifting up into the inner ankles. Wag your tail real subtly, and as you wag your tail toward the right, walk your hands toward your right foot, turn your right toes to point straight ahead, swing the left heel over the toes, drop your left knee down, slide your right leg back, hips to heels, child's pose. Good. And then look between your thumbs, snake your body forward, come all the way down onto the belly. Reach around. Option 1, interlace the awkward finger on top, track your knuckles back, Shalabhasana, locust pose, lift the feet, spread the toes. Option 2, reach around for the tops of the feet. If you have the tops of the feet, kick the hands into the feet into the hands, lift up, Dhanurasana, bow pose. And inhale, fill the belly lift. And exhale, gently release without slingshotting your feet. Lightly tuck your toes, palms under elbows. Slowly press back up, downward dog, or child's pose if you need a rest. Refining this quality of steadiness and ease in your effort, with the breath always accessible. Then lift the heels high onto tiptoes, tiptoe all the way forward, right between your thumbs. And go ahead and fold, take your hands to your lower back, interlace the fingers, let the arms peel away from the back. Press through the feet, drop the tail, start to lift on up. And keep your hands interlaced. Shift your weight into your left foot. Press through the left foot, peel your right foot off the ground. Lift your right thigh a little more, if that's available. Inhale, exhale, step back to warrior one legs. So those right toes are turning forward toward the front of your mat quite a bit. As you inhale, point your 2 first fingers down toward the floor, lift up. Inhale, and then exhale, start to fold forward. We're coming toward humble warrior. Lay your left front chest on top of the thigh. Or you could take that left shoulder to the inside of the inner left knee, but don't overdo. And as the arms peel away from the back, let the crown of head descend. If it gets too much, hands can come to the floor or blocks. Keep tractioning that left sits bone straight back. And if you looked at the arch of your right foot, you have a nice arch in that right foot. It's not collapsing. Both sets of toes are spread. Then root through both feet. Lift the lower belly. Inhale, come all the way up. Straighten that left leg all the way. Turn your left toes in, your left heel out. Find your wide-legged stance. Inhale, hands into imaginary back pockets. Lift up through the chest. Exhale, slowly fold. Toes are turned slightly in. Heels turn slightly out. Take your hands to your outer ankles. And let your head go. Big full inhale. Open your elbows away from each other. Big full exhale. Collarbones are broad. And wag your tail. Good. When you wag your tail to the left, walk your hands toward your left foot. Turn your left toes to point straight ahead. Swing your right heel over the toes. Drop your right knee down. Slide your left leg back. Come into child's pose. Toes tucked, hips to heels. And then up into tabletop position. Stand up on your knees. Take a couple shoulder rolls. Then bring your big toes in to touch. Sit on your heels. Reach down. Peel the baby toe out. Good. Sit with your hands resting on tops of the thighs for a moment. Stretching out the soles of the feet. Nose is right over the navel. Good. And then start to lean forward. Untuck your toes. Tap your feet. Then swing your ankles around. Extend your legs out straight. Flex your feet. The knees are going to lift up a little bit. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach for your toes. Look down between your knees. Drop your elbows toward the floor. Spread your chest, look toward your toes. Inhale, exhale, fold. Paschimottanasana. Gradually folding a little more. And then slowly come on up. Take your hands back behind you, inch toward the front of your mat. Take your feet on the ground, and then reach your arms forward, thumbs up, and slowly make your way down onto your back. And rest on the back, palms facing up. Once you're on the back, palms facing up, hug your right knee in toward your chest, give it a little squeeze, then release that right foot down. Hug your left knee in toward your chest, little squeeze, release your left foot down. Hug both knees in, full happy baby, reaching for the outside edges of the feet or ankles. Rock a little bit, even out your lower back, even out your hips and pelvis. Then release your feet onto the floor. Interlace your hands behind your head. Point your elbows toward the sky. Scoop your head off the ground. Press through the feet and curl the tailbone toward your face. Exhale all the way out. And let your head fall back. Palms facing up. Extend one leg out. Extend the other leg out. Make your way into Savasana. And of course, you can rest in Savasana on your back as long as you feel comfortable there, letting all of your tension unwind into the support of the floor. Letting the floor totally support your back body. And then when you're ready, slowly roll over onto either side that feels natural today. Let go of anything you want to release into the floor, and then very gradually, when you're ready, make your way up into a comfortable cross-legged seat where we're going to meet. You can cross your non-habitual ankle on top just to balance out the hips. Rub your hands together, generate a little warmth. Right hand on your chest, left hand on your belly. Thank you for practicing. Wishing you joy, peace, health, strength, courage, and trust on the journey. Namaste. Hooray, you did it. Thank you so much for staying with me for practicing, and I hope that you'll subscribe, like, share my videos, drop a comment. I really appreciate you being a part of this community, and have a great day. See you next time.